This is Trendsetter of the Mind, and this is Argos. Today we're going to be talking about the movie I Am Mother. The intent of this film is to make you question where you get your information from and who you should trust. Mother, the AI robot overlord, can pretty much be substituted for the word state. I am mother equals I am state. Both pressure and overwhelm the individual to get him or her to obey and believe that it has the right to issue commands. If it does its job correctly, it deceives people into thinking it is a legitimate authority. Maybe you're wondering, okay, that's cool, whatever. So let's put this into context and see if I can at least raise some doubts, just like the main character comes to question everything in the movie. The supposed meat shortages we are experiencing and the direct price increase in relation is supposed to be due to the virus, right? Close contact with other people in factories or something like that was the reason. How come other facilities, grain, fruits and vegetables, processed food, all the rest have not been highlighted as much as meat? Both have workers in close proximity, are following the same protocols, but meat companies need to lose business. By the way, see if you can find online how farmers feel about government destroying healthy animals and shutting down plants. Do you think government likewise never fabricates anything from poll numbers to the number of jobs created this month, or from approval ratings to graphs and models and statistics? I won't go into whether you want to believe the one government source that says we had the technology to go to the moon in the 60s and 70s, yet are unable to conquer similar feats in today's modern world. So let's instead turn to the very real threat of sneezing and coughing and see if we can poke holes in the infallible news blockade. Even though healthcare workers are highly trained, where are they getting this new information from? Did you know about the incentive hospitals get for declaring that someone died from the virus versus with the virus? Someone could have a long medical history of heart disease, lung failure, a brain tumor, or a combination of other things. But if the virus was the last straw to break the camel's back, so to say, it is put on the record as a virus death in order to make the numbers keep climbing. For all we know, the media just gave a name to one strain of the common cold, which wouldn't act too differently. Then they count on the persuasion of the mainstream media over common sense to act as a catalyst for what the elites wish to implement. As a side note, whenever you do see on TV people attending a sporting event or walking around at a rally and they're all covering their face, this is not, on the surface level we're meant to think, oh, they're showing concern for their neighbors, what good citizens. But the subliminal message is, look at the power the state has over everyone to get them to do what it wants. You should even read some of the establishment articles on the Black Lives Matter protests and the amount of verbal gymnastics that they have to put into it to show that all these people were coming close together, but there was still no increase in number of cases despite the huge crowds worldwide, and they even say there was a drop. Yet meat places that are washing their hands, staying 6 feet apart, and all the other things have to be closed. LOL. On top of all this, as is the mode of operation of all fascist states, take note how all the big corporations, Amazon, Twitter, Facebook, the list goes on, unanimously enacted a censorship ban to limit any counter information. During the plague hundreds of years ago, people could see their friends and families dying in the streets. They didn't need propaganda to bop them on the head that the Black Death was upon them. In fact, the ruling class just locked themselves away or escape to their country retreats. It's strange, though, how our aristocracy sticks around even with all the danger. Must be because of our modern technology, or maybe because they really, really care about us. Realistically, the only way people will be dying in the streets today is if government continues to rob us of our livelihoods by saying what's essential and what isn't. It's not like they're trying to wipe out the middle class and obliterate small business to widen the wealth gap and give more control to monopolies, right? Haha.